Bibisa ebetimi akọ ediama no same way ana onmanya for Alexander Afenyo Markins wodi etu dwamra womo ekwa asetena wo mrahye bidwafie ne nsem no ebi eni.
Parliament rejected outrightly the resolution that sought to remove the minority leader from his seat as an ECOWAS MP. The minorities leader's seat at ECOWAS Parliament is not one of those that can be removed. You can remove the Chief Justice. You can remove others who are political appointees, but not his bona fide right as a member of ECOWAS Parliament and the third deputy speaker. He shall remain until April 2028, when his tenure shall have come to an end. Mr. Speaker, thank you so much indeed.
In some way, unknown Monya for Alexander Afenyo Markins pay what they abetu dry so yet be ababe some yet they were at 170 so concern from there. A professor a Kwesi Prempe where chairman at the Constitution Review Committee my Ghana Hasina what the abetu dry umo Casadia fa a fitema womo eshe nimsa man penny phone car womo be share so senka umbeko 4 years no se see 5 years and omo she nimse womo ebeko e my Ghana no and eye Kwesi Prempe wono so abekasa e de afa ho.
But then we also gathered evidence that actually Ghana is among a dwindling number of countries that still do 4 years, especially new democracies and in Africa. In Africa, we are most do 5. In our region, some do 7. Benin, Liberia does, I think, 6. Nigeria and Ghana are the only ones who do 4. We and Nigeria are always marching together, lockstep. So we realized that the evidence we were gathering was that the global norm now has shifted from 4 to 5 in presidential systems, and that in our own region, 5 is the norm. So we say, since any number is arbitrary, then let's be guided by comparative best practice. So if the world is moving towards 5, then maybe it makes sense. 5 then makes a good number to actually use. But we also thought, look, people tell us, oh, when their term is coming to an end, oh, give us another term. Yeah. We didn't have enough time, And we think, and then the logic was that, look, a Ghanaian voter might accept that 4 years is not enough and give you a second term to finish your work. But if you have 5 years, it is going to be difficult to convince a voter that 5 years was not enough. So in our logic, if you think from the perspective of the voter, 5 years is going to be a very difficult thing for the incumbent to come back and ask for more time if they haven't performed well. So our thinking is that actually 5 years is tough on the incumbent and may very well lead to a result where fewer people get a second term. If you have not performed well in 5 years, Ghanaians are not really going to entertain the thought of letting you stay in 5 years. But the 4-4 was becoming like a tradition. It's like everybody gets 8. But this time, we may be getting more presidents getting 5. So it's not like you just multiply 5 by 2 and say, hey.
Ebusia Fanuntin same way ana eye ora Prempe Kwesi wode abetu dwane ne nsem ne wan fence wa wosan editu dwabioma wo chem say eye 5 years no eno ebema eye womu performance ni ade ne entimi ankosro no womu asenya eye afiba kwa ka ho ano ebeboa ma bibia no womatimi abo adwuma ewo my Ghana same way ana wosan editu dwamra woni nsem twofo hia ya woni womu etwetwe enkomo.
The considerations were that even if certain things were going to favor people, then it would take effect the next time.
Sure.
One of the questions people have been asking is this 5 years. I mean, depending if government has said that in its white paper and then start the process to amend the constitution to put that in the constitution, will that apply to John Dramani Mahama?
It's not possible. He was elected under a constitution that gives him only 4 years. He cannot change his term midstream. It's not possible. In fact, in an earlier version of this report, for the avoidance of doubt, we had stated that this would take effect after this. And then some of our amongst us said, Well, but if we say that only with respect to this recommendation, it would appear that the rest would not apply. So we said, oh, no, everything applies after, So we just said, no, it would not, we didn't need to be that specific about it, so we left it. It turns out that it's costing us.
Ebusiafo ne nsem no wosan eto aso bi ma wodi tudwa wo chem se eye 5 years a wo mo present kanu ebebem no enya de a Ghana Mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama sa 5 years no ebetimi aka no ewo my Ghana so ebeka obi kra eye aban fofra wo beba no ono ana sa 5 years no wo mbehwe nim se wodi beye adwuma ewo my mo nsem we ana eye owura Kwesi Prempre wosan edetu edwa
with the minority in parliament, majority in parliament, some meetings that we were seeking to have that we had skipped in the first round, the TUC, SIGA, a number of interest groups. So by the time we were done with this, we were already really almost like in October.
Yeah.
So it took quite a bit of time. In fact, we even ran ahead of the schedule because the government had just come in. Parliament had not approved budgets when we were formed. So by the time, appropriations and everything, if we were to wait for that, it would have been even much later. So we started, we were able to do a bit of fundraising. We got some help from the Swiss Embassy and others, FCDO, and then we started our engagements in Accra way ahead of the receipt of funds. To do the travels and other things. So it turned out, and every time we let the government know that the times have slipped. It's not possible to do this in 3 or even 7 months. So we gave them notice that it would go on a bit, and I think they were gracious enough to say, fine, that's fine. So I think the process unfolded quite well. What we had told ourselves at our first meeting was that we would develop what we call guiding principles. Our terms of reference was really quite open-ended. Just give us actionable recommendations that would move our democracy forward. But we were not giving you. Sometimes you are given certain things that should guide you. You can't do this. You can't do that. There were certain boundaries. We were giving no boundaries. We set out to give ourselves boundaries. And we had a set of guiding principles we would follow. That we would not make recommendations that would make any problem worse.
Yeah.
So once we found a problem, ours was to find something that would make it better. We were not trying to compound any problem. We were not going to make a recommendation that would have the purpose or effect of favoring any particular group in our politics, whether inside or out, opposition or government or incumbent. So, certain things, if we saw that would be the effect, then it would take effect after the tenure of that incumbent, right? So all of those things we had to agree, the ground rules.
Ebusiafo enunti nsem we anna eye constitutional review committee wo mode abetudwa yen so yedi bi ababesom ye to ansem ne so edi ama odi a eye wosan edi tudwa bi ma wo chim se si ade wo mo ebebua ama sa recommendation akwanim ye papa wo hye obi bia bo se sa de we amodi aba no wo mo ebehwe ama ne gina na eye ade bia wo se etimi eye bo my Ghana no wo metimi ahwe ayensem we ana eye Professor Kwesi Prempre wosan edetu edwa.
We are here to make some press statements on the need for decorum and responsible campaign conduct. We, the undersigned constituency communication officers of the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region.
For your answer, said the amount of NPP members at the Ensembi Abetudra were more day a year advice, Kwama Kennedy, a year a compare Japan, were more Ashe Nim says, our presidential racer, what they ever she so were my Ghana Hano, and Kawan share na 1 ye papa, passing a bebeboa, ma a young kunim debut or pese unyano, it's me ako ediaman.
We are here to make some press statements on the need for decorum and responsible campaign conduct. We, the undersigned constituency communication officers of the New Patriotic Party in the Ashanti region, representing 40 out of the 46 constituencies, wish to welcome Honorable Kennedy Japan to the region for his flag bearership campaign. Similarly, we would like to also bring the attention of Honorable Ohene Japan and members of his campaign to growing concerns from our grassroots supporters of the party about some of his conduct and comments during his visit in the Ashanti region, particularly Kumawu constituency. This region is our stronghold of our dear party. As frontline communication members of the party, we dedicate significant time and effort defending the NPP and promoting its image on various media platforms. However, we consistently face difficulties responding to concerns and criticisms arising from intemperate language, tribal insinuations, religious and ethnic undertones, and other divisive statements that have become associated with Honorable Kennedy Agyapong and some of his campaign team. These recurring challenges undermine our work and weaken the party's public image, particularly at a time when unity, discipline, and message coherence are essential. In contrast, we wish to note that defending the record and public engagement of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia present no such difficulty, as his conduct and communication style remain respectful, issue-based, and appealing to the Kenyan public. We therefore serve a call to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong as he has begun his campaign in the Ashanti region. We expect him and his team to exercise the highest level of circumspection in their public utterances. We will not tolerate any form of hate speech, insults, and vituperation from him against any of the aspirants, as has been modus operandi since campaign for the January 31st contest began. The Ashanti region remains the stronghold of the NPP, and we will not countenance comment or actions that sow division, damage party cohesion, or provide ammunition to our political opponents. We urge all aspirants and their supporters to adhere strictly to the values of respect, unity, and responsible communication as we work collectively toward the source of our party. Long live the new patriotic
party. Same way, and NPP members know what Monday abetuja no pay ayen so ye dibi abesum. Ye jina mo nsemi so na twa ye ho akwaja abo afon krato aba ye ba nsem ne do so na ebeto aso ede ama.
Medo benami Ghana duko do ajaple ho duko kata. Mie chonyanyi adevena micho Talent Microfinance Limited Gajradopa. Mie wana susu savings, adishare, school buafo, cashback, ple bubwa okata. Nenyebe egajom de miagbo la letie tomegbeko ateun aho gadodo. Kenenyebe egajom vivi la nenyebe o gahia ola atenwa ava de ogai kene hia fa.
Kanenyebe mi foncho mi afa jongu yo kenye mi afa gadodo nyawa. Business loan elemiashi, church finance elemiashi, salary loan elemiashi, eye bubo li kenye personal loan. Nenyebe mi foncho business loan enye gadodo ikemie nana asichalao. Nenyebe washiba keke alum LSW oya va talent mi pepegede nwo nenye washigba lesua ne woge wokekegede ji to talent pomonu ome nenye be mi ponchu mi afa salary loan enye gado mo mi ke mi vuna mi afa jirudu dola nke ga nyu he ya va talent wo payslip pe bank statement ye kwenye nwi hia na kokko ho salary loan le rate mi to keke akeji church financier personal loan va nenye habobo masoli hama eji fufofo sankuo jitao olila ashibobwe kekeke mie flegeno na nohem vi choji nto jinwade wale kwereka mpopo kai ganyu heya talent kuna kpohe ya ole chabagbana do tare talent bena wo gado monwa anobobwe nami akpenami
Ezibe ya nyafi ke talent la
Talent Microfinance Jengo amegan shipe ape letina tejibo hotame
mi ape
Kapomoyenya 050-129-1298. Hello 050-128-9119. Talent. Oga Kwamanu Banta.
Talent Microfinance, your channel of wealth.
Yo, I'm on for and I am Makwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. The Tosum, you know, who free a Kumasi Macom that Damono, a sunny at the bar at Dumuno, Sabran Udu, a Sambra Junction, and Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Now shop no any Sambra Hotel and the Dinja anymore. Would the free Sambra Hotel a wo sunny at the co Nankane and Hagan Hono, Anne, a ho and a KFM musical shop. The Tosum, you know, yet be no fofro. Now the air can say, if you papa a timiche, the Odia sorry, the Ode grow agro ahudo. Tuma de be a woody over here a young fiddy musical instrument piano, a KFM into a say Ghana Muntie. Asante mai muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bie no foforo mu no chan e wo prempe the second street wo free old man come down na wo sane e de ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel kwantane so na wa dane on sani fa so oho ana KFM musical shop yi e wo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twa abrebia
gina messe se Maya proud and I say Maya Ja Nefree Kumasi Dum KFM instrument store. What did this as I say? What dear what told me when you see that? What did my papa? Ejina when him now what told you say yes. What told you? Bibia Kawakuma. Being Nefree KFM instrument store Kumasi Dum. So me jina na me told you ma bitumi ya ho me kafi say papa mu anim na me jina no. Ubetra yako maya dosi kana kananka kaneu ensemfuei.
For your Simon Muna Quaba Edam was Sano Pay Mugusu Etimo TV motion or some Pemo Cassia or KFM TV and so now because so Ekai was Sano Pay Sem no a Trego away Abe Fontin Tam Fidene so Facebook any YouTube KFM TV GH and YouTube to me I should be now I share now I like now I join channel so would you go as here ama me kama me 217 so the amount there Air Central East Regional Police Command or Modia Betuja Wamode assurance kesi ekwamati memu fo ina mo eche mu se womo ko makoma nto mo yem na afi ebronya fashion no nya ade a ebeye business ade ama eya kronfo no da bi da eya don behwe ama mo ban bo ho nsem no etimi ejina ni so ye papa na bibia no womo etimi abom ho ban ade free akronfo ensem we ana Central East Regional Police Command womo de abetu eja.
Just about last month we noticed that some traders were being attacked at dawn. And when we gathered the intelligence, in fact, we took some measures, put some measures in place. We deployed both plain and uniformed men. And so far, that has also come down as we speak. I am sure the results is positive. That's why it didn't even come to your notice. Otherwise, there would have been an outcry. For the Christmas, we started conducting Christmas operations right from even October. As part of those measures, all these swoop operations that we are conducting is just to ensure that we make the ground very uncomfortable for the criminals. It is often said that if a bird is so fast and smart that a hunter cannot get it, at least you disturb the nest. And so those we get, we arrest. Those that we don't get to, we make the ground very uncomfortable for them. And so far, the environment is very serene. We would have a very peaceful Christmas. And let me assure the public, most especially the residents within Central East region, that the measures are not only for the Christmas duties. They will go beyond. And it is just to ensure that at all times,
no ana wutu senya East Mashebedwani wono so edin sembi etudwa ma me Phyllis na ko yoko no wono so edin sembi etudwa wode emamu awoche se wo mo de wo mbehwe ama posifo no so wo mabom ho ban ye papa se ne beboa ama bronya fashe bambo ho nsem no ebetimi ejina ne na ye papa nsem we ana wutu senya East Mashebedwani wono so wode abeto edwa.
The security forces or the security services in the constituency have been of great assistance to us. They've been cooperative, they've collaborated with us. We decided to visit them so that they could brief us on their security arrangements for this festive season, the way forward, and what we can also do to assist them in operationalizing the plans that they have on paper. They've put down a lot of plans which I am sure that it's going to help all of us. We did a donation of 1,285 5 kg bags of rice to the entire security services. It was just to show them love and also to show them how we appreciate the good job that they have done over the years. Giving them fuel for their day-to-day operations so that we know that in their line of duty it is either a motor or a vehicle and they would need the fuel to run it. So we are giving them fuel for their day-to-day operations, and going forward next year we would have to put in more effort to assist them in
Ebusi afa no nti same way ana wutu senya East Mashebedwani wono so wode abetudwa no pe ye de bi ababe som ye de wo airto ansem ne so akonsem from there bronya fasha ye de wo my Ghana no enam so manipa dodo na etu kwan ekopie mu ewo nkronkro ahodo bebre na so no mo chemu se en de okodu bar station ahodo ha hwa abodompem nipa dodo na abodompem ko gina camp wo munye bi na mo afani nia ani se bronya fasha nipa dodo na etu kwan free Incremantem ha na wo ekopie mu ewo Asante Mantem Puye Mantem any regions ahodo a aka ewo my Ghana ha no same way ana passengers si wo mo de abetu edwa.
But maybe I'm a person who could do it and can be sure by let's say 12 and by 3 I should be there. By looking at the situation at hand there, in the time we could be free because Omunya they take it near Penasa. Sisi apa there days we bet say time we say Mrs. Susema put me I could do. The American says Senka ebe ya enka cars on by allocated for a place no. Ebe me do so kakra ebeboa. But the other side I'm mentioning say that's a cars ni na akọ ombenya passengers nso sa e de aba but ometumi aye enioma ebeboa ometumi de enioma egukwe ma na aboa.
I came here some few minutes after 5. But when I came, the queue was already there. So I also decided to join. We are just appealing. If managements are around, at least they should tell us something. Right? Yes, because it's too bad. You have to come and stand here. Nobody's there to tell you whether you even get a car to go. We are only praying. Our hands are in the Lord. If you get a ticket, fine, we move. If you don't get, we go back to our various places and sleep.
Na me buy an iPhone. Ana live na so nkokra nti ye nya ho.
Ana passengers ahodo a wo mo ewo my Ghana ha no wo so wo de abetudwa no pay yenso ye de ababe so ye de wo airto ansem ne so akonsem from there food vendors ahodo a wo mo ewo my Ghana ha no wo mo de nsem bi abetudwa mo che send wo nyina mo de wo support Tiger na man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama echi mo che se ni tete ma wo che se wonjina no se wonjina ade a wo mu nyina wo bebo mo hu naked oyeche ewo my Ghana same way ana food vendors no wo mo de abetu edwa.
No, kasa on course 18 years ye be ye hu naked. Right. I don't know where you will get. I don't know where you will get. I don't know where you will get. What
Same way ana food vendors ahodo awomo ewo my Ghana hanu womo so womo de abetidwa no pay ye de bi aba besom ye to ansem ne so de wa concern from there eye nene agbo bala wono so de abetidwa wo chem say eye Christmas afasha nkofo bebre edi ene omobusua ebom no de bi da won de odi a eye de papa mu ana ba ebusua emu a wono wo che say Christmas afasha de ntitimu ana ebebre na de ebre wono ewo na ebusua same way ana de tudwa mra wono
I could say nowadays is that those days back, some few years back, families cook together. They cook, then we visit all families around and eat. But now
we don't see that.
Those things were gone because let me say, though we are seeking the presence of God in everything before we take ahead of whatever we are doing. But the way some few of prophets take certain things, make divisions among families, and now the togetherness is not there. So what I can say is that we must go back to what our predecessors were following, with bringing togetherness to each, and then they visit each other to have fun and eat together, and they do other things. I think those things are missing in our.
Ebusia fanunti ya de wo free sansem no ma de wa concern from their Felicity Nelson and edue ukopie mo e wo bacho na police station na inmate ahodo amoho no Felicity Nelson wa bone homode akoye donation e de amo wa wo chemu se wo no mbe bi e betwe mu na no so what is a sankrofo ya na sesi anyankopon aye na dum na we free ho de wontimi enyi nani enfa amam wa boa donation kese pa de amasa enkrofo nsema Felicity what the two Johnny B and I so ye de someone.
Stop Galamsey protest, I was arrested and I was held in this cell for one night. When I came into this cell, the stench that I was met with, because in the female cell, the washroom, for want of a better word, the toilet was blocked. The smell was absolutely horrendous. You couldn't even think, it wasn't a smell that you could get used to by any chance. And because of that, I've also decided I want to fix that today. So apart from this donation that I'm doing, I want to fix that and make sure that, nobody else experiences that again. But ultimately, I'm doing this because I think that inmates are also human beings. Remember that they're suspects, they're not convicts. At the moment, everyone is just a suspect who is held on police remand. And while they're here, I want them to experience the Christmas spirit, the love of Christmas, just feel that they're important, they're loved, they're cared for. And that's the reason why I've decided to come and do this donation today. So there's food, there's toiletries, there's water, there's drinks, buckets. So I just wanted to just cover a few things. Obviously, I can't do everything. I'm hoping I'll be able to do more as time goes along. But I'm very happy to be here. This is something that has been on my heart since I was arrested, and I'm so glad that today I can come here and actually make a difference in their lives, even if it's just for one day. So I appreciate that, and I hope that moving forward, we can all, I'm encouraging everybody else at home who's watching this to think, we can all help out. You have to understand that when people are in police cells, they struggle to feed. So this is something that we all have a responsibility as a society to help out when we can. Let's all help our neighbors. They're important. And I want to say a big thank you to Ghana Police Service today. They've been absolutely phenomenal. They've been very supportive in this. I've done Cantonments Police Station, Railways Police Station, and I'm finally here at Bachuna. And they've all been very supportive. So I want to say a big thank you to them for holding the fort. A lot of the time, even when inmates don't get food to eat, sometimes police people actually use their own money to feed the inmates. And I know this is something that happens. It's something that I have experienced myself. So I know it's something that they do. So let's all support them to make this better for everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So, okay, so I shake mine so that
Sama wade etu dwane bi ana yenso ye de abesom ano pe ye gina so ne adane ye ho sima ba ye ba ye de nsem no eko edwadie emu. Edwa de nsemu the Deputy Finance Minister Onmonyanfo Thomas Ampem Nyako ndedwe wa commission electricity project bako ewo Arura Hene ewo Sapo communities ni mu a wabone humodin ayesade we edi aboma wo chese eno eyade bia bebua ma bibia no wo manyina menkane ahonsem no etimi ejina ne nai so edi amom se ne be ya kane ade ebi ebetimi ebusu ho ye papa pansem we ana eye Onmonyanfo Thomas Ampem Nyako wode abetu eja.
Ene ena yawo Yesu Kristo.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Monim say na esum ewo wiase enti wo ajenkwano to bring light to the world. And today we are bringing light to Erahai. So we couldn't have done this on any better day than on Christmas Day. It's the best Christmas present. Our President Mahama Ede Mamo Ne and they say or Mamo Kanea. The journey has been quite long. Mekai bra motro ewo kromha, no light, no vote. Mekai say abaha kra na mo pamoyen. I remember an incident ewo ha. Menemo kasa na branti bi asori the buafu say a mamo kane anti. Yan sorry nko. And ne kane anaba. We promised you a payback campaign. Make catch them say, look, opposition even though I'm to Obama me MP, but it was difficult for me to do some of the things. Enti Montoma President Mahama. Now President Mahama you will get the light. He won and you have the light.
Busi appointing same way and a Deputy Finance Minister wode abetudwa no pay yen so ye de bi ababesum ye gina so ne adane ho sima ba ye ba ye den sem no ko enigedi. Yadin sem no ekwa ni jede mu dia eye wukrade twemu anna Stone Boy wode ni Beam Festival kwa concert no wode hyehyɛ so wo my Ghana say and the performance they would be gu kwan mu ye papa wo born homoden and the performance ahodo gu kwan ni padodo na enso ebodon pe mekopie mu ewo ne concert na say and the performance no ebi anano pay enso ye de esomo ewo kase no eso. Performance we be and a course to our Accra Sports Stadium we kwade twemu ye Stone Boy wode ne concert no wɔde ɛhyehyɛ so yɛgyina ne nsɛm esi ne de anopa ɛyɛ no nso pɛ mu kaseɛ ne yɛde ne aba na ewie yɛn nsɛm no na ɛdɔɔso na deɛ di mu akotene ebia ne sɛ ɛyɛ onmonyamfo Alexander Afenyo Markins wɔbɛkasa ɛyɛ fa ɛyɛ Chief Justice a yɛyi no wɔbɛkasa ɛde fa ho a ɛde mu nsɛm yɛde ɛbɛsom wɔsan ɛnso so ana ɛyɛ akwantufo a wɔn etu kwan ɛkɔdi bronya no wɔn twɛm sɛ sɛsi adeɛ bus stations ahodoɔ ne hɔ abɔdɔmpima kampo wɔn nyɛ bi na wɔn afan no so yɛde mu nsɛm yɛde ɛbrɛwa no pɛ yɛde gyɛde nsɛm ɛka ho ɛde ma Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Ampem Nyako wɔn nso akɔ commission ɛyɛ electricity project foforɔ kra ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Sapo community a ɛwɔ my Ghana ha mu a yɛde mu nsɛm yɛde ɛbɛsum wɔ ne gyɛde nsɛm no ɛyɛ Stone Boy ne Beam Festival wɔde hyehyɛ no ɛndeɛ ɛyɛ performance deɛ wɔde bi gu kwan mu yie papaapa ne fans ahodoɔ na ɛnso ɛkɔpie mu ɛwɔ dwumadie na se wei ne nsɛm ne afoforo pi anɔpɛ yɛbo ano yɛde bɛsom wɔ sɛ no so mpɛ mu kaseɛ wɔ KFM TV no so yɛbɛda yɛaboafo nyinaa ase KFM Musical Center dada bate kaba na Talent Microfinance wɔn ana no pay wɔn ɛbɔ yɛtwi dɔma yɛde nsɛm no yɛde ba ɛbɛsom ɔkenkan fa wɔte menka no edin a megye so ɛne maame esim kroma yɛgyina wei so ne yɛde kaseɛ ni nea aba na ewie yakra mu nyinaa